Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lesego Seloane and I am an environmentalist, entrepreneur and the daughter of this amazing African soil. And on my platform you get to see everything green, everything entrepreneurial and everything just about in between. Check it out. Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is the second part of the series that we started last week. And so on this episode, just seeing the coloring of this. But anyway, so I'm going through various things that I've learned in 2022, and so I said that I would compartmentalize everything in the different roles that I play. So before I go into that, I just want to welcome everybody who's here for the very first time. Please like and subscribe if this is the kind of content that you want to get glued up to. This is everything entrepreneurial, this is everything environmental, and everything just about in between, so I'm that green girl with a big heart and wants to make money and just doing this life thing the best way she knows how to. All right. So without further ado, so last week we spoke about who I am and who I've been in the business space, and the lessons that I got in the year that has passed. And now today we are tackling the leadership or the youth leadership space. And so for those who know, for those who don't know, I'm part of this youth organization called New Breed Generation. So New Breed Generation exists to build reputable leaders with a character, reputable leaders with character. From previously disadvantaged backgrounds, and we take them to camps, and our focus is leadership, entrepreneurship and wellness. So 3 pillars: leadership, entrepreneurship and wellness. And so we go on a camp twice a year. I'm just gonna go through what I learned in that space. So these are young people from the ages of 12 all the way to like 25 or so. And last year we had quite a very young group of young people come through. So we've had people as young as 11 years old, which actually came back to our camp. So it was very encouraging to learn that these young kids can actually survive the kind of content that we present and the kind of content that we teach them on, because it's quite gruesome in terms of terminologies, gruesome in terms of how we push them and we move them to the level that they now can become leaders in their communities or in their various communities. And so
this is what it says, and guys, write this one down because you're gonna need it all throughout your life. For you to be able to generate money, you must understand 3 things. Money goes to people that solve the problems. I don't know how people that solve the problem. So you must choose a problem or something that people need. And the second thing that you must understand in that process is your ability to be the best person in that particular thing. You don't get clients because you're black or white. You get clients because of how good you are, how competent you are in what you do. Do you have that? And the third one is the difficulty to be replaced. In what you do, you must do it to a point where you can never easily be replaced.
It was very encouraging to find that this one young person wanted to come back again, and this is the same young person who actually raised funds for themselves to come to camp. And so camp was 1.5 in the Jude camp, the youth conference, we call it the youth conference. And this young person raised money, this 11-year-old raised money to come to camp, did their own donation drive with family members and people from her community, and then she was able to raise that 1.5. And then in December again she did the same thing. Like, she was just so driven and really excited to come to this camp. And so for me, what really stood out for me is how it is so important for somebody who's a youth practitioner to actually work on self, because it's so draining. It's so draining when you get to camp, because these young people want to take so much. They are like sponges, and they are really, really absorbing a lot of information that you're giving them. And I got to see in just last year, I've been with the organization for now 4 years, and it's been a great development for me personally in terms of what I learned, as much as they are there to learn, and we assist them and we mentor them and help them get to that level that they need to be in. But for me, I've learned that more than them, I'm the one that's developing the most. I'm really the one that's developing the most. And it reminded me of the book of Mr. Covey, that speaks about seven habits of highly successful people. How it's always an inward battle, or an inward development more than an outward development. And you see that in how it becomes a private win, and then only then does it become, after that, then it becomes a public win. So we start off with the private stuff, and then we work out the public stuff. And it was so amazing that when we look at the 12 months and we look at how our program is outlined, we got to see how young people actually have used these tools, that we teach them, leadership, entrepreneurship, and in wellness. In wellness we have a self-defense class. You can see in the snippets right now. So we have this class that helps them with and gives them the tools to survive this world that we live in, and they get to see how they are wired in a specific way and in a very special way, whereby they have all the tools of survival in them. You don't need to have a weapon, or you don't need to have something that's outward for you to actually protect yourself. You can use your own hands, use your mind. How the mind is the biggest weapon, because when you're being attacked, you can just think of what this person is going to do, and think of how to react, the different moves that you make, and you have all of that within your body. And you may be small or tiny, and this person is quite big, but you're able to maneuver yourself out of that situation. And these are the kind of tools that we give them, and it's been so amazing. The one young boy is so great, very dynamic, with very innovative ideas. And I'm just waiting for one day when we get to learn what he has actually invented. The other girl is super great when it comes to her talents and her gifts. She's very vocal. She's a lovely orator, and she speaks so eloquently, and she's so young, so young. And it's such a wonderful thing to see. And this is a God-centered program. We really are grounded by biblical principles. And yes, people are saying we're looking for something that's just more than a church. And what I really love about it is that we have these pillars, but all the principles are coming from the Bible. All the principles are coming from the Bible. There's a prayer walk that they go on in the mornings, and they actually get to go and connect with their creator and get some nuggets. When it's God, it's not even nuggets. This is principles that are going to make you survive for the rest of your life. These are things that are going to make you a cut above the rest. You know, these are principles and teachings and, you know, things that you are going to root yourself in. You know, when we say God is our anchor, you know, God is our anchor. Without him, we are nothing, and without him, we can do nothing, you know. And for me, I love to see it play out. I love to see you know, these young people become these great, amazing people. I mean, there's just so much fun that even happens there. We even help them, you know, we give them 21st century skills. You know, something as simple as cooperation. How do you become cooperative with your peers? You know, not only is it teamwork or group work, how we would phrase it in school, but how can you come up with creative ways to tackle the challenges that we see in Africa, you know, the challenges that we see in our communities, you know, and how we can come together and leverage on the various things that we have in our in our community. You know, we call it local talent. Ask the people around you and get assistance from those people, you know. So yeah, man, before I even go too deep, you know, what I said before, it's all about the private wins or the private development that then becomes a public development, you know, a public contribution to this young person, you know. That's the biggest thing that I'm taking out of the organization, how we are not islands, you know. We're not in an island. We are not islands, and no man is an island. You need other people, you know, to build and to support you and support what you're trying to do. And I really loved the facilitators, you know, fellow facilitators, and those whom we work with in the organization. We've grown so much, you know, we've grown so much. And I would also encourage a lot of parents to actually bring their kids to this camp, because it's very thought-provoking. It's a very provocative program. They go through times where they actually look at self. So it's always inward, then outward. Look at self, look at the community, and they get to paint a picture of where they want to live. And they become part of the solutions in the various problems that they see in the community, you know. So leadership is super broad. You know, leadership is one thing that I believe that young people should be really taught about, you know, should be given the tools on how to actually lead. It's not really about the person who speaks the best or who has this lovely way of addressing certain matters, but it really is also about the other type of leaders. And we got to learn how there's different types of leaders, you know, the luminaries of this world, the entrepreneurs of this world, the managers of this world, the organizers of this world, you know. So we got to learn all these various types of leadership styles and how they're different and how they work with each other. The networker, for one, you know, that's a leadership trait that we need very, very much in our country. That let's help each other. Don't be one who holds on to stuff by yourself. Connect people, you know. So that's the connector. That's the person who's always asking who, you know, that's the person that's always asking who. So if you don't know how to get this done, then who else knows about this so that I can get closer to where I want to be? So yeah, so enjoy the snippets. It will be in the next couple of minutes where you'll get to see what actually happens at camp. I've spoken a lot, I've spoken enough. So yeah, I really had a great time being involved in this organization. I'm hoping to be a better person and to learn how to live in nature. Things I want to let go: disappointing my mom by purpose, spending time with friends and family, having attitude, the burden that I feel like I'm carrying, and my past. Alright, so if you loved this video, please subscribe and comment down below and say what you loved and what you'd like me to improve on. Yeah, coolios, green hearts everywhere.